So one of the next stories I want to get to, because I was like, you know what, I might as well combine it. Let's talk about Azealia Banks, because she decided to come out and weigh in on this whole situation. Now, y'all know I don't particularly care for her. She been getting on my nerves as of late. I'm glad her ass moved to Sweden. We don't want your black ass here. You just don't let the door hit you on the way out. So you go and vote for Trump. Then you want to talk all this mess about, yeah, he's destroying the country, but then you decide to move to Sweden so that way you don't have to deal with the aftermath of who you chose to be the damn president. Sidebar, where the hell she get the money? Because especially when Funky Dineva told that story that the movers that when you got kicked out of your apartment because you didn't have the coins, and the movers that put your stuff out on the lawn because you didn't have the money to pay the movers to move your stuff wherever it needed to go, because the same movers moved Funky Dineva down to Atlanta. Where did you get the money to move to Sweden? Who knee pads did you borrow to get you some coins to get your behind to Sweden and be able to buy a place out there and live there, fruitful and fancy free? So Hollywood Unlocked, because I don't know if the post and stuff is up there anymore, but I did happen to catch this on Hollywood Unlocked, so shout out to them. She basically took to social media to weigh in on what Kanye had said and basically outed him and saying that Kanye had sexual relations with Virgil Abloh and Elon Musk. So look, she said, and I'm gagging, I would not be surprised. So she said Kanye and Virgil were lovers. Now, if y'all don't know who Virgil was, Virgil Abloh was someone who was prominent in the fashion world. I believe he passed away last year or maybe a year before. What was last year? I think he might have passed away in 2023 or 2024. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but Virgil Abloh was someone who was prominent in the fashion world. I would not be surprised the way Kanye was moving around in this industry. That, yes, the cousin, what he did with the cousin was not the first time that he had relations with a man. So he run out here talking about he ain't gay, which is funny because my friend Den Vetta said, didn't I say on one of your posts that, when all the other stuff that he was coming out with, he said, didn't I tell you it was only a matter of time before Kanye came out with some type of revelation that he's a homosexual? So then she went on to say, yeah, Kanye and Virgil were lovers. Elon Dev got some hair from Kanye off that ketamine. And and the other day, Elon still out here crashing out on that ketamine. Look, if he end up like the Vivian, and I hate bringing her up in this conversation, but if he end up like the Vivian, I won't feel while I feel bad that the Vivian ain't here, I won't feel no ways tied if his ass end up in a similar situation. If you know what I'm saying, and I think you do. She said Kanye is on one of them Diddy tapes, and you want to know something? I wholeheartedly believe that. Especially with all this other stuff he's talking about, I would not be surprised if Kanye out here getting his back blown out or getting swallowed on one of them Diddy tapes. Jay-Z was like, no homo. Trump was like, no homo. Travis was like, no homo. Are we talking about Travis Scott or are we talking about Travis as in Courtney husband? Because remember, there was two Travises that was hunching them Kardashians. Drake was like, no, thank you. Well, I wouldn't put nothing past Drake, though. Amber hit him with the strap. Oh, yes, she did. Because remember, she talked about how he like it in the booty. He like it in the bud. Yes, bud. Kim thought she could, but vomited on his back and started crying. Chris yelled, cut. So, probably out there, I would not be surprised if Kim got some type of sex tape in the vault with her and Kanye, where she got his most intimate of secrets, where she could blackmail against him. So I wouldn't put nothing past this man. So yeah, that's what Azealia said, and I did have a cackle. No shade. And then she also said that she hopes other artists are able to clap back at their attacks of him. Namely, this includes Taylor Swift, who recently made some shocking allegations about concerning Justin Bieber and Harry Styles. So for those who are not familiar, Kanye came out here and said that Taylor Swift had a threesome with Justin Bieber and Harry Styles, to which she had to send out a cease and desist and is threatening legal action. And I wish y'all would just go after him. This whole when they go low, we go high. Yeah, it ain't working in politics. It ain't working in the entertainment industry either. If somebody ever came out and said some mess about me, that's untrue. Especially when you say all this other stuff because you going on your little stupid rants and you crashing out in real time. Oh, trust and believe, I'm getting my attorneys involved. And yeah, that might be a lot of money I'm spending and wasting, or you may seem like it's wasting, but no, I got to teach you a lesson. Don't play on my face. Like, I'm taking the Jay-Z route in the whole situation. But what Jay-Z did with Tony Busby, because quiet as it's kept, Jay-Z should have went after your behind after you went and called his kids a bunch of damn retards. So, OMG, when is Miss Taylor gonna get this dude? This is what she tweeted and deleted. And I wish I would stop tweeting stuff and then deleting it. Stand on your business. He been messing with her for years. Taylor snatched this shoe boot wearing man out of the socket. I promise no one will accuse you of racism just because he's black and crusty. Do it for all the black girls he steals from daily. Now, for those unaware, the new Kanye West song will allegedly be a part of his next album, Cup, whose previous version was the unreleased World War III. Why is he coming out with albums that nobody's been out here to listen or buy? Because it keeps getting removed from places like Spotify and Apple Music. So where's the music coming from? Why don't he just release the stuff over on his website if people care? Now, they had Bully. It was released on social media earlier this year, but they have no release date for any of the projects. So it was released on social media. Then they took it down. So it's like, you're putting out this music, you're spending all this money, you're starting all these conversations, you're going viral on social media, you're getting a lot of people to talk about you, but the music ain't here. Quiet as it's kept. I don't care about the music because I haven't listened to Kanye since in almost a decade. Like when he did Watch the Throne, that was the last time I listened to Kanye. Like I ain't been following him like that. I just been following the shenanigans and the antics because, media, podcasts, we talk about it whenever some stupidness comes out. And this was definitely a conversation that needed to be talked about and addressed. Now, as for Azealia Banks, all these incendiary comments and accusations aren't always set in stone. She recently expressed regret over voting for Donald Trump in last year's presidential election in the United States. What we don't expect is for Banks to slow down against Kanye or have any less chaotic, combative fun with whatever his next antics, provocations, and motives are. So while I'm here for you expressing yourself in regards of what you did to this boy and made you feel like what you did to him may have caused him to do what he did to a pregnant woman. Have you sought therapy? Have you dealt with a lot of these demons, or are you just addressing it on wax? Or did you hear this story somewhere and you just trying to make a little money off of it? And this is someone else's trauma. So it feels like a lot of people look at it as an antic. Some people will say, okay, what's the motive here? But with all that ego mess aside, I do look at this as something that definitely needs to be addressed in our community, that we need to talk about it more. Therapy is a wonderful thing that I think a lot of people need to tap into. And good luck to you, Azealia. May you stay in Sweden and don't come the fuck back to America because we don't want you. And Kanye, go play in traffic jail. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of all of this? Because this was a lot. I don't feel like I need to add anything else to it, but I definitely want to hear from y'all what your overall thoughts are. So let me know in the comments down below.